Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you decided to join me today, and I want to wish you and your family a happy new year. I'm Dr. T. I'm a board certified internist, cardiologist, and electrophysiologist, and I'm board certified in lifestyle medicine. Today we're going to review the concepts from the last video. We are continue to looking at foods that Americans eat too much, and this time we're going to concentrate on the carbs and look again at the good ones, the bad, and the ugly, and we'll end as usual with quiz time. So let's get going. So here are the foods that Americans eating too much. In the last video we looked at fat, saturated fat, trans fat, and the good ones, the mono and poly, and we said that saturated fats and trans fats are essentially coming from animal products. The trans fats are absolutely the worst. You need to stay away from because they increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases, increase the risk of diabetes, increases your mortality. And the good ones were the mono and polyunsaturated, like extra virgin olive oil, canola oil, peanut oil, sesame oil, and other. And we ended up on the video introducing a very important concept of caloric density, that in fact even the good fats, the good vegetable oils, are rich in calories. And in fact we said 1 tablespoon of the vegetable oil has about 120 calories, about the same as 1 glass of wine, and a little bit less than 1 regular beer. And again, it's not a matter of a low-fat diet or high-fat diet. It's a matter of picking the good ones and avoiding the bad ones. That is the key. Today, we're going to look at the carbs, the sugars, and the high fructose corn syrup. And again, let's look at healthy behaviors of having an ideal body weight, of a BMI of 25, eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, regular physical activity, and non-smoking only. Less than 3% of Americans actually have this parameters. They don't qualify on most of them, unfortunately. And there are different studies. The Mayo Clinic has looked at the same question and again found the same thing, that less than 3% of Americans have what is considered a healthy lifestyle. So let's look at the added sugars and the high fructose corn syrup. Where do they come from? Where did we find them? It's essentially sugar-sweetened beverages, the vast majority, and anything that comes in a bottle, the juices are the biggest culprit. And then you have the snacks and sweets. So if you look at the sugar-sweetened beverages, snacks and sweets, they are overwhelming majority of the added sugars. And all the desserts is actually a lot less. And again, this is what we want to stay away from, because has a lot of calories and is in fact empty calories, don't have any other nutrients associated with the sugar-sweetened beverages. And just to give you another example, 1 glass of orange juice has twice as much calories as 1 orange, and much less fiber. And again, as the same thing will happen with fats, not all carbs are created equal, and you have the great ones, the good ones, and the bad ones. And again, the bad ones are all the sugar-sweetened beverage we talked about, the sugary snacks, the cookies, the candies, the grains, the white ones, the white bread, white pasta, white rice, they are not good for you. The good ones are the starchy vegetables, sweet potatoes and squash. All the fruits, even the tropical fruits, pineapple, bananas, are pretty healthy. And then you have the great carbs that we could eat as much as you want. All the leafy green vegetables, kale, spinach, lettuces, all the cruciferous vegetables, all the berries, the blackberries, the strawberries, the blueberries, they're all great foods and rich in phytonutrients and antioxidants. And let's look a little bit more into other healthy carbohydrates. So all fruits, I would say, you can practically use without limitation. All the starchy vegetables, the squash, the sweet potatoes, the pumpkins, the carrots, beets, and others. You may or may not be familiar with all this, depending where you live in the world. The fibrous veggies, again, the leafy greens, the cauliflowers, the tomatoes, the peppers, the Brussels sprouts, and so on. And the grains and the legumes. Again, instead of white bread, white pasta, white rice, you want to pick the whole grain bread, the whole pasta, and the brown rice. And here's another example of 5 servings of legumes, beans, what they look like. And these are cooked, so a quarter of a cup of baked beans, that's 1 serving. Kidney beans, red beans, peas, edamame, and vegetables. You have green beans, you have spinach, half a cup, 12 baby carrots, and half a cup of broccoli and lettuce. These are all excellent sources of complex carbohydrates. And again, here's an example of plenty to choose from. And on this the lower corner you have the pasta, but again it should be the whole pasta, not the refined pasta. The same thing for rice, the same thing for breads. If you pick good quality carbohydrates, complex carbs, you don't have to worry about the quantity. Eat whatever you want. Again, and everything with high fiber, the whole grains, for instance, will reduce the incidence of type 2 diabetes and coronary artery disease. The refined grains will increase. And this is particularly bad for people who have insulin resistance and already have diabetes. And because the added sugars are a great component on the soda and sugar sweetened beverages, should make a high priority to minimize this as much as possible. And now let's look at the last video quiz. And we had 2 questions, and one was, again, true or false. Doctors who exercise are more likely to consult patients on exercise than the ones who don't. True or false? It is in fact true. And doctors who don't smoke are again more likely to emphasize the risks of smoking to their patients. It's also true. And let's look at the quiz for the next video. The next video we're going to from the food we eat. We'll answer this question. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and write comments, ask questions. We're trying to make this as interactive as possible. And remember, your health is too important to be delegated to others. Let's take control. See you next video.